Okay, here I've spied out the new mob. This is the Enderman, and he's holding a block of grass, and it looks like he's taken it from there. And they'll generally just place blocks randomly around the place. So if you see blocks missing from trees or something like that, it's generally from an Enderman. And the key is not to look directly at them. If you look directly at them like this, they will become a little bit enraged, and their mouth will come open, and they'll start coming after you. And they can also teleport, which is like that, as you just saw. And it's basically impossible to outrun them, because they'll just teleport you. But of course, I'm in creative mode, so they can't do any damage to me. But if this were survival, I'd be in trouble right now. And another cool new feature, if I bring out bow and some arrows, is the new animation for bows. If you pull it back far, it will do much more damage than it used to. And you can kill most mobs in 2 hits, and most passive mobs in 1 hit. And also it travels much further. For example, if I tried to hit that Enderman, the arrow just drops almost straight down. But if I charge it up, I can hit him. And now he's teleported somewhere. There he is. There's also a new combat for critical hits. So if I got out a stone sword, for example, and drop back down, usually, oh yeah, also animals run away from you when you hit them now. So usually it would take 2 hits to kill a sheep, or perhaps a better example is usually it would take 3 or 4 hits to kill a skeleton. But here I can go like, if I can hit him, 2 hits. And if you saw the particle effects, that was because I dealt a critical hit. And you get a 1.5 times damage multiplier from that. And I think I've just found my first spider rider of 1.8. I didn't expect to see that. So as you can see, there is so much. Also, as you can see there, the arrow's stuck into the creeper for a short time, which is quite cool. But yeah, there's much more interesting ways of combat now. And also with the sprint, which is done by hitting or double tapping W, you can bash back your enemies. Even if you just had your bare hands, it'll give you time to prepare for the next strike. Especially useful if you're fighting creepers. And zombies drop rotting flesh, which can be eaten, but not in creative mode, because you don't need it in creative mode. And that'll restore some of your hunger bar for a short time. And here's another one of them massive deserts. So if you spawned out here, you'd be in real trouble for the first night. Okay, and now I'm going to generate a world on survival and show you a few new things there. Alright, this is my 1.8 world. I have been playing this for a while, but I decided I'd show you it because there's a few things on it that I found. Okay, firstly, as you can see, I've got a bar which looks like little hot dogs or little pieces of meat on the bone, and that's the hunger bar. And when that's full, like it is now, if you take damage, for example, if I anger one of these little spiders, that'll just regenerate because my hunger bar is full. When your hunger bar is 9 or higher, you will regenerate health, and when it's lower than about 3 or 2 or something, I think you lose health, but quite slowly. And the line that goes the length of my hotbar is the experience bar, which has no real use yet, but in 1.9 I assume that there will be a use for it, and you gain experience by killing mobs. And down here, if I run down here, these are old abandoned mine shafts, and in these you can find all sorts of things. There's a lot of railways, there's a lot of wood, and it's very confusing. It's very easy to get lost. You can find chests in these as well, and creepers. And you'll see my experience go up a little bit there after I killed the creeper. So yeah, that's the new mine shafts. I also forgot to mention, even though this is really obvious, that spiderwebs now generate randomly in the world, and also in mine shafts you get these little blue spiders, and they, as you can see, they poison me, and they're a real nuisance. They're much smaller than the normal spiders, and they can go through the spiderwebs at their own speed. And I'm just going to turn that music off. And the only place they spawn is in the abandoned mine shafts like this, in monster spawners. Ah. Okay, now I want to make a little direct comparison. Right now, as you can see from this, I have my render distance on far, so I can see a long way. If I go all the way down, things will change. Okay, now I am down only a few layers above bedrock, and this is a fully lit tunnel with torches, and as you can see, my view distance is probably only about 10 to 12 blocks, and also if you look closely, there's little particles in the air like dust. That is one of the cool new features which occurs when you're deep down. This is what it's like at about its worst. we do this deep. But there starts being a slight effect from around about level 25 or so downwards. One of the other new things is that there is a new eating animation. Instead of just instantly clicking on the right mouse button to eat, you have to hold it down a bit and you'll eat it, and that'll restore your hunger bar. And note that it doesn't actually affect my health until the hunger bar is full enough. The food itself doesn't restore my health. And that's, oh yeah, of course, right here there's a new animation for chests, as you can see, and it also means the chests are a little bit smaller. But that's probably about all I have to show at the moment. I know there are a lot of things I haven't covered, so probably there will be more videos in future. For example, if I ever actually find a stronghold, since they're quite rare. So thanks for watching, and I expect this video has probably been in at least 2 parts, and I'll see you next time.